So now that we're all set up with our environment, first thing I'd like to show you is just how to basically run SQL and create views with Dremio. This is going to generally be probably the most important day-to-day activity you'll do in Dremio, because what you're doing is you're taking data sets you have access to and creating views on them that you can then use to then serve your BI dashboards, AI ML, and analytics through external connections, which we'll see later on. But the idea is this is going to be the platform where you want to curate your data sets that you need for your different use cases. So in Dremio, if you click on Add Source, there is a sample source you can connect. So this is basically a sample data that's provided to you by Dremio to do some basic work with the platform. So essentially this is a object storage connection, so it's connecting to your data lake. And whenever I say data lake, think storage. So basically the way you see the data is in the form of files. Okay, so if I click here, I see this folder in the data lake, and in the folder I see these files. So I see CSV files, I see some other folders that have other content inside of them. Okay, so generally in a data lake you're looking at files, and then Dremio is going to enable you to treat those files and folders as tables. Essentially the way you would do that is you would click here on Format Dataset or Format File to turn that into a readable SQL enabled dataset. Okay, there are going to be other types of sources that we'll see that present you the data as a database or data warehouse, and essentially in the format of tables. Okay, we'll again get deeper into that as we get deeper into this series. But what I'm going to want to do is take this weather CSV file. So this is a CSV file that's just sitting in this object storage, and I'm going to click Format File. And then this is allowing me to kind of set any settings to make sure that it is possible for me to, that it's going to look right. So in this case, I see that it's not taking that first row and turning it into column names. So what I'm going to do is click on Extract Column Names. And I can click Save. That looks good to me. And now I have it in a way that I can run SQL against it. And see, right now, I can run SQL. So I can click Run, do this Select All, and I can see the result. But let's say later on I only want to have certain fields. Okay, so I want station, name, date, and precipitation. Okay, so I can edit my SQL statement and say station, name, date, and precipitation. And since date is a reserved word, we need to put some quotation marks around that. Okay, so that way it knows I'm referring to the field name, not to the date data type. And then I can hit run on that query. And then I see this is the results that I expected. Okay, awesome. Okay, now the beauty of this is that this particular result set here, I may not want to have to type this query every time I need this specific version of the information. So in Dremio, I can save this as a view. Okay, so I can save this result set as a view, and right now I only have what's called a space. This is called my home space. Every Dremio user has a home space where generally they can put views that are just for them. Okay, so this is just things that you're using for your personal self. You're not planning to share with others. If you want to share with others, you'll use a space, which I'll show you in just a moment. But in this case, we'll call this my first view. Okay, and now if I go back to the Dataset Explorer, so if you see here in the UI, there's this section in here to look at datasets. This section is going to be to run SQL. So if I click here, this takes me to the SQL editor. And here's the jobs pane where I can actually take a look at queries and jobs and examine them that I've run in the past. So I can see here, if I click on my home space, that there is my first view, which is just the view on the data set that I had just created. And now I can query that and get that same result set just the way I had it before, pretty easily. Now the beauty of this is that this is a virtual data set or a view, meaning it's not a physical copy of the data. But all it is you're pre-saving the SQL that you wrote, and essentially it's running the SQL again, but I can access it through a name instead of having to type out the full SQL. So basically it feels like a table, but it's not a physical other thing you're storing. Now if I go back to my samples data set, I'll notice here that it uses a purple square. This represents a physical data set. So this is actually a physical, the actual raw table stored wherever you have that data stored. So you can always tell the difference between a physical copy of the data, which will always be in purple, versus a virtual copy, which will be in green. Now, typically what would happen is that you would take all the data that you've connected from different sources and begin organizing it through spaces. So again, spaces are just units of way of organizing the data so you can share it with others. So I might create like a space for each business line. So I might say, hey, here's one for finance, and then I can save views on my different data sets in here, or then do one for the marketing department, and then just continue kind of creating the spaces I need for my different business lines, curate the views in those spaces that those particular business lines leave on top of all the data that we've connected in Dremio, and then grant them access. Okay, because in Dremio you can go over here to settings, and you're able to create users, and then you can grant users access to those data sets. Most security features are mainly available in the enterprise edition of Dremio. If you're following me in this exercise, you are using the community edition of Dremio, but just for context. But with that, this gives you kind of a brief foray and sort of just the main functioning of Dremio. I'll see you in the next one where we'll get even deeper.